Greetings from EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler, and alongside me are Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. We're going to enjoy great weather in tonight's game as the skies are clear and the temperature is just right for the Arizona State Sun Devils and the Oregon State Beavers. It's early in the year, and we've got two teams from the Pac-10 who are ready to go to war. And here come the Beavers. The Sun Devils come out like they're just going to roll over this team. What do you think about that, Herbie?
Arizona State comes into this football game led by their quarterback, and he's such a leader, Brad. Believe me, he won't buy into any of this pregame "we're going to blow him out" hoopla. He's a focused competitor, and he'll be ready to play.
Nice pick, Kirk. I got to go with Arizona State.
Both teams are lining up for the kickoff, and we're just about set to get this one underway. Here's the kick. Number 28 fields it at the 2. Good coverage by the kicking team.
Yeah, beautiful job of playing their assignments there.
They'll start this drive at the 14. The Beavers come out showing 3 wide.
First and 10.
133.
On the ground, up the middle. Caldwell with a takedown. Not much for the runner as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 14. Here's an opening. James brings him down. And that was a nice run. Kirk, that was a great job by that big offensive line.
Yeah, it really was, Brad. And also, a nice read by the ball carrier to find that running lane.
When you break one like that, you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line.
Oregon State hasn't been able to get in the end zone very often this year.
Hey, forget about the end zone. They can't even get in the red zone.
The Beavers come out in the ace formation. Inside handoff. And they make the stop. That'll be a gain of 3 yards.
Ball carrier, 3-yard gain on the play.
It's 2nd down and 7 to go. Ball on the 38.
38-yard line.
Oregon State lines up with 3 receivers. Trick play might not work. He's gobbled up in the backfield.
7-yard loss on the play.
This defense is really giving up a lot of yards in every game.
You call that a lot? I'd call it a ton. They couldn't stop a Pee-wee team from scoring.
Across the middle, great concentration. He hits his man, but they'll be well short of the first.
That young man has to run the pattern to get beyond those sticks the next time.
Fourth and 7. Ball on the 38-yard line.
The Beavers are lining up to punt it away. Number 35 gets it off. Hagan takes it at the 23, spins upfield. The defense did its job to open the game, and now it's the offense's turn. I really think this defense is going to have a difficult time covering this talented athlete at wide receiver. They don't have anyone who can cover him one-on-one, so he could be in for a huge day.
He's the most dangerous weapon on his team, and there's really no one on the other sideline who can cover him. This game has all the makings for a big day for this young man.
It sure does, and I'm ready for this one.
And that is not what they had in mind.
It was simply a bad play. Turnovers are bad on their own, but when you add to the fact that it results in points for the opposition, that will kill you every time.
And he hits the PAT. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and our score, Oregon State 7, Arizona State 0. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He boots it deep downfield. Hagan fields it in the end zone. Spin move. And now we'll see the offense come out onto the field for their next possession. They'll set up shop at the 17-yard line.
At the 17-yard line. First and 10.
On the ground with the tailback. He might have a chance. Tackle. And the halfback ripped off a nice gain there to get him the first.
Hey, this kid's a good-looking back. Let's see if they go to him again.
Here's what they've done on offense.
Absolutely amazing. It seems like nobody can stop these guys when they've got the ball, Lee.
Not bad at all. This team has been moving the football and scoring on everybody they've played.
Arizona State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Looking, he's going left. Incomplete, and he overthrew his wide receiver.
I don't know too many 7-foot guys playing football, so maybe he should aim lower the next time.
It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 32-yard line. Back to pass. Throws. Intercepted. It's the linebacker. Boy, the defense put the pressure on and forced the bad throw.
You got that one right. Anytime a young kid sees one of those big guys looking to knock his head off, his brain is telling him one thing: just throw it.
Well, he did, Lee. He did throw it, but he's got to throw it away, not to the other team.
And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here.
First and 10.
Gets the ball. No, they faked it. This one's thrown deep over the middle, and it falls incomplete. He was facing a mad rush when he threw that ball into the end zone.
They came after him, sweetheart. Big time.
Second and 10. Ball on the 32. One-man backfield. On the ground with the tailback. Brought down. And that one goes for a big, big first down.
You know, every time you run the ball successfully like that, that defense starts to creep up a little bit. That's when you go to the air, my friend. Over the top.
Nice play fake. He's going right. Someone got a hand on it. Well, they're in the red zone, Lee. What do you think their chances are?
It's the good news, bad news situation. The good news is they're in the red zone. The bad news is they aren't very good when they get down there.
Back to pass. Throws a lob pass out to the left. There he goes! Bounces off the would-be tackler. Robinson with a takedown. Nice little pitch and catch with a wideout.
The quarterback and receiver spend a lot of time together. The coaches say they stay after practice just working on their timing, and right there it paid off.
Let's see if they can take this one in for 6. Drops back to pass. Short toss. Touchdown, Beavers. The quarterback went to one of his favorite targets that time.
You bet, Brad. It's the big tight end who has a nice hand.
And he tacks on the extra point. Here's the drive summary brought to you by Pontiac. Oregon State ready to kick this one off. Hagan and Richardson deep to return. Decent kick, looks to be returnable. Hagan fields it at the 3. He jukes. Defense won the last battle as they were able to pick the ball off. Who's going to win this time? They'll go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Arizona State Sun Devils take over at the 21-yard line.
Arizona State lines up in a bunch formation, and it's incomplete. He overthrew his tight end.
I know the tight end has a little more height than the wideouts, but give me a break.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line. He drops back. He gets rid of it. Batted ball.
That's just good defense right there, Coach.
It was, Kirk, but you know what? It's all reaction. Anytime you're out there on defense and the pass is within arm's length away, you knock it down.
3rd and 10. Ball on their own 21. They come out in a nickel. Keller steps back to pass. He's looking. Steps up in the pocket. Fumble. Loose ball. Picked up by the linebacker. Touchdown, OSU! And that was about the worst thing you could ask for.
Oh, that hurts. The worst thing that can happen. And now you've got to regroup and try to get back on the field for another set of downs.
And he hits the PAT. With about 3 minutes to play remaining here in the first quarter, our score, Oregon State 21, Arizona State nothing. Number 13 is lined up to kick this one off. Kicks it off. Hagan fields it in the end zone. The last time they had the ball, they gave it away on the fumble.
The old ball coach was not too happy about that either. I'd hate to see that if it happens again.
They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Single set backfield. Wants to go long and does. And they couldn't hook up on that one. He had his wide out, but he couldn't hit him.
When he misses, it's usually high, and that's something he's been working very hard with his coach on.
Second and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. The defense lines up with 6 DBs. Keller hands it off. No, play fake. It's tipped.
Wow, not a smart pass.
He thought he could squeeze it in there, I guess.
The next time he does that, he better be ready to make a tackle. They'll pick him off if he's not careful.
3rd down and 10 coming up. Ball on the 20. The Sun Devils come out in the ace formation. Keller back to throw. Looks. Throws. Complete. And he's taken down.
That's how you convert 3rd down, sweetheart.
That was a good-looking play, wasn't it, Coach?
Oh, yeah, this offensive coordinator must have seen something in the defense he really liked.
1st and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. Arizona State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. up the play action. They get to the quarterback and end that play before it even got started.
This young man didn't even have a chance to make something happen. It's tough to find your receivers when the defense is in your face like that.
It's second down and a long ways to go. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. They come out in a nickel. Back to pass. He steps up. He tosses it short. Bray brings him down. He ran a good-looking route and picked up positive yardage.
That he did, and he made a good catch. That short passing game is where you see all those hours in the summer that you put in pay off.
The offense faces another 3rd down as they line it up. Nickel defense. Keller drops back to pass. He's going right. Got it. Inside the 30. To the 20. And they make the stop. So on 3rd down, they pick up the first and a lot more.
When that kid caught the ball, he wasn't thinking about first down. He was thinking touchdown.
Keller with 3 wide receivers. Keller on the option left side. He has some room. Touchdown, ASU. Good-looking run as the halfback found the end zone.
He sure did. Took the head up and boom. Hello. Touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. Less than 2 to go in our first quarter of play. The score, Oregon State 21, Arizona State 7. Number 20, ready to kick. Kicks it off.
Number 28, back to return.
Love fields it at the 2. Makes a move. Their last drive ended with a touchdown. Let's see what happens on this possession. They'll get the ball here at the 20. Oregon State comes out with 2 tight ends. Little shake and bake move. Hill with a takedown. That'll be a 2-yard gain.
Gain of 2 on the play.
It's second down and 8 to go. Ball on the 22. Oregon State goes with the ace set here. He rolls out to the right. Incomplete. The blitz was very effective that time.
Yep, they brought the house, and it was all they could do to get the ball out of there.
Third and 8. Ball on their own 22. 6 DBs in the lineup. He's going right. Got it. Brought down. What an amazing catch. First down.
Boy, Brad, you said it. That is a big-time play there. Spectacular catch and great body control there on the long pass reception.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line. Number 10 comes to the line with 3 wide. Throws. Incomplete pass.
The pass ball's incomplete. Newton, the intended receiver, on the play.
So it's second and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive. Single set back to you. Setting up the play action. Looking. Steps up, wants to throw outside. Oliver brings him down. They fake the handoff and complete the pass, good for 6 yards. The defense will try to stop this third down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. The Beavers come out in the ace formation. They run a counter. And down he goes. He'll be stopped just short of a first down.
So close yet so far away. I thought he had it.
Fourth and 2. Ball on the 41-yard line.
The Beavers are lining up to punt it away.
Ware back deep to return.
Number 35 boots it way up there. Number 5 calls for the fair catch. They'll down the punt at the 7-yard line.
Personal foul. Kick catching interference on the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
First and 10. Ball on the 17. The Sun Devils line up with 3 receivers bunched. Keller set to go to the air. He tosses it short. Has it to the senior. Miller recovers a loose ball. And this turnover is certainly not what they were hoping for.
The rich get richer, but let's not write him off just yet.
It's still early, but they can't afford to turn the ball over and let this thing get out of hand.
After a quarter of play, our score is Oregon State 21, Arizona State 7. They're on the right side of the 50 as they start this drive. Oregon State lines up with 3 receivers. He's looking across the middle.
Drop passes. That'll drive the coach crazy. That'll drive the quarterback crazy. And that'll drive the fans crazy.
Well, I'm sure he'll get an earful when he gets to the sideline.
You bet he will.
Ace backfield. Drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He tosses it short. The senior makes the catch. A pickup of 4 on the play. And since we're in the red zone, let's have a look at the numbers. Brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. Their last red zone trip resulted in a touchdown. I don't expect this one to be any different. No one open, so he's going to run. Robinson with a takedown. Well, he didn't get much out of that scramble.
Yo, this kid needs to learn when to scramble. He's going to end up in the hospital if he keeps getting hit like that.
Ball on the 18-yard line.
They'll call on the field goal unit here. He gets it up. And it is good. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Like they're ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. Richardson fields it in the end zone. There's a missed tackle. They're ready to start another drive, hoping to duplicate the results of the last one, which ended in a touchdown. They'll set up shop at the 17-yard line.
Take over at the 17-yard line. First and 10.
Keller drops back on first down. Got it to him on the run.
I like the defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result is a first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 29. Arizona State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. They'll throw on first down. Throws to the middle, and this one's going to get intercepted. Here he goes. The 10. Touchdown, OSU. They're really digging themselves in a hole now. That interception was not what they were looking for.
Yeah, they've had a really bad first half. They're going to have to stage some sort of comeback in the second half.
And he tacks on the extra point. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He kicks it. Richardson fields it in the end zone. I'm sure the coach has talked to his team about not turning the ball over again in this possession. They'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. Arizona State goes with the ace set here. They'll throw on first down. Tackle. Well, coach's short pickup on that pass play.
It was, but you know what? As long as they've got those guys getting open underneath, it'll take a lot of pressure off those offensive linemen who are trying to hold their blocks.
It's 2nd down and 4 to go. Ball on the 26. Keller steps back to pass. Throws. And it's caught. Juke move. And they make the stop.
That was a well-designed play.
Yep, good execution there. Nice job of getting the first down on that pass.
First and 10. Ball on their own 33. Arizona State comes out with two tight ends. They go with a toss. He's got an opening. Heron brings him down. That was a pretty good run.
Incredible effort there, running the football by this guy.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. The Devils come out in the ace formation. Looks. Throws it to the outside. His receiver has it.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
First and 10. Ball on the 23. They line up in a double tight set. Keller pitches out to the right. Scott brings him down for a loss. No gain.
No gain on the play.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. This is the 6th play of this drive. Setting up the play action. Wants to throw outside. Fantastic play by the cornerback.
All you young defensive backs at home, that is how you play defense.
Third and 10, and this is the 7th play of the current drive. Ace backfield. He drops back. He steps up, looking. Throws this one out to the right. And he's taken down. Oh, man, he doesn't get the first. Great play by the defense.
Incredible. They saw that coming a mile away.
I think you got to give your quarterback a little bit more time, especially on third down.
Have a look at our Old Spice red zone numbers. Red zone, when performance matters the most. In the red zone again. Let's see if it'll be another touchdown. And he got it. Here's the drive summary brought to you by Pontiac. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff.
Love back deep to return.
Decent kick, looks to be returnable. Love takes it at the 4. The offense goes back out onto the field after picking up a field goal on their last drive. They'll take over at the 20.
Take over at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
The Beavers come out in a bunch formation. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. The quarterback had nowhere to go, and he's brought down for the sack.
They've got to do a better job up front with their pass protection.
If they don't start picking up everybody, then this quarterback is going to be pretty sore in the morning. That's for sure.
Single set backfield. Drops back to pass. Wants to throw outside. And it's incomplete. He had his wide out, but he couldn't hit him.
When he misses, it's usually high, and that's something he's been working very hard with his coach on.
It's third down at 14 to go. Ball on their own 16. 2 tight ends here. Back to pass. Steps up. He's looking. Across the middle. Got him on the run.
Good job of attacking the coverage to keep the drive alive.
That was a great looking pass to move the sticks on third down.
First and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
On the 30-yard line.
6 DBs in the lineup. They'll throw on first down. Looks. Throws it to the outside. Got his man.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
It's first and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive. Watch the linebacker. He's the star of the defense, and he's in the zone right now. He lost the ball, and the offense will recover. And the offense came up with the ball somehow.
The quarterback was very fortunate right there. You can bet he holds on to the ball with both hands next time he gets it.
Second and long coming up here. And this is the 6th play of the drive. One-man backfield. He drops back, looking, over the middle, and it's the senior. And down he goes. Not a bad little play there.
Yeah, this is a nice job by the quarterback reading the coverage and delivering a very catchable ball and allowing his receiver to come up with a nice gain.
The defense will try to stop this third down as they were unsuccessful the first time on this drive. Oregon State lines up in a goal line set. Inside give. A little juke. Here he goes. And he's tackled. Picked up big yards there, and he's going to have a first down.
Yeah, nice job there. This guy does a good job in reading his blocks and accelerating through the holes.
First and 10. This is the 8th play of this drive. And this impact linebacker is fired up down there. Wants to throw outside. Got it to the senior. Oregon State takes a timeout. take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. The Beavers line up in a goal line formation. He's hit and got away. Brought down. Oregon State calls a timeout. Oregon State will line up in a jumbo set here. Play action. He's looking. He's rolling right. Goes to the end zone. And they just keep on scoring.
It's just ridiculous how this offense is making everything look so easy out there.
You know what's scary is we're not even at halftime yet.
And he hits the PAT. So with just over a minute to go in the half, the score, Oregon State 38, Arizona State 10. Number 13 is lined up to kick this one off. Kicks it off. Richardson fields it in the end zone. The offense goes back out onto the field after picking up a field goal on their last drive. They'll go to work at the 31.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
They come out in a nickel. Back to pass. He'll do this one off.
The halfback decided to let that one bounce off his hands. That wasn't his best effort.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 31. The Devils come out in a two tight end set. Drops back to pass. They'll make the sack. Now that's some heavy pressure.
It all starts with the battle up front. I don't care how good your receivers are or how explosive your running backs are. If you can't control the line of scrimmage, then it's tough to move the football.
I agree, Coach. And the thing is, this quarterback can make some plays for you if you give him enough time back there to throw.
Well, it looks like he's going to have to figure out how to make plays without time.
Nickel defense. Keller drops back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. Oregon State takes a timeout. The Sun Devils line up to punt. Number 37 gets it off. Number 28 fields it to 42. Thanks to some nice passing on the last drive, the offense was able to take it down the field for 6.
And great play calling to help make that an easy drive. The question is, can they do it again?
Two tight end set. Throw short, complete. About 3 yards on the play fake.
3-yard gain on the play.
Second and 7. Ball on the 49.
49-yard line.
He drops back, throws. The senior makes the catch. Tackle
I like the defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result was a first down.
They'll throw on first down. He lets it go deep down the middle. He overthrew his tight end.
I know the tight end has a little more height than the wideouts, but give me a break.
It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 34. Oregon State goes with the ace set here. Back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Looks. Wants to throw outside. Someone got a hand on it.
Excellent job of getting a hand in there to break up the pass.
It was, Coach. That one had reception written all over it, but the defender stepped up and made the play.
Third down and 10 coming up. This is the fifth play of this drive. They'll bring in their dime package. He steps up, and he's going to come up with a sack. Great call on defense to mix things up.
Yeah, the corner blitz really caught him off guard that time.
Probably because the cornerback did such a great job of disguising his assignment. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that kid was a senior.
After one half of play, this one is not even close. Our score, Oregon State 38, Arizona State 10. Oregon State got the ball to start the game, so they'll be kicking off to start the second half. Kicks it deep. Richardson fields it in the end zone. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll get the ball here at the 14.
First and 10.
The Devils come out in the ace formation. Throws this one out to the left. And it's the senior. And he's brought down.
Wow, nice catch.
Way to look it in. Heck of a job by the wide receiver. These guys are moving the ball down the field.
First and 10. Ball on the 45.
45-yard line.
Arizona State lines up with three receivers. They'll drop him for a loss. He had nowhere to go on that option play.
Boy, you're right. He's lucky he held onto the football there.
It's second down and 11 to go. Ball on the 44. Arizona State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. He lets it go. And it's going the other way. What is going on here, guys?
They've just been outplayed and outcoached out there today.
Anything and everything has gone wrong today, Kirk. There's not much else you can do except pack it up and try again next week.
They'll start this drive at the 14-yard line.
First and 10.
The Beavers come out showing three wide. They'll throw on first down. He passes it, and it's caught. He has some room. Down the sideline. At the 40, at the 30, to the 20, and they tackle him.
That was a big-time play and a new set of downs.
I think the defense might have been thinking run there, Coach.
Well, I don't blame him. It's pretty common to see a run on first and second down, but this offense is keeping them guessing.
The pressure turns up when in the red zone, and that's when you turn to Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. One man backfield. Gets the ball. No, they faked it. Wants to throw outside. Has some daylight. They'll bring him down.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
Oregon State lines up in a goal line set. They'll give it off here. Touchdown, Beavers. The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but it wasn't all him. The offensive lineman just can't keep the defense on that.
And he tacks on the extra point. Let's take a glance now at the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Sends it sailing downfield. Richardson fields it in the end zone. This defense did a nice job last time around forcing the interception.
And now you'll find out how much faith they got in this kid. Do they run the football or they let her rip?
They'll set up shop at the 20. Shaw with 3 wide receivers. They'll throw on first down with the throw. Complete. He might have a chance. A good 10 yards on the pickup.
Gain of 10 on the play.
It's 2nd and inches. Ball on the 30.
30-yard line.
The Sun Devils come out in the ace formation. Drops back to pass. Throws. Someone got a hand on it. The defender could only get a hand on it.
A hand on it? If this kid wants to be a big-time playmaker, he better start getting 2 hands on it.
Yeah, Lee, that ball should have been picked off there.
They're down less than a yard. Ball on the 30-yard line. And the impact linebacker has turned it up a notch. And he's tackled.
Number 83, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
First and 10. Ball on the 30.
On the 30-yard line.
If anyone can force a turnover right now, then it's the man at linebacker. Over the middle. It falls incomplete. This incompletion is credited to the wideout.
Absolutely. The quarterback executed his end of the deal.
So it's 2nd and 10. And this is the 5th play of the current drive. And the man at wideout is in a zone right now. Shaw on play action. It's deflected. The ball is knocked to the ground.
Players use anything they can to get in the way of a pass.
So another 3rd down upcoming for the offense. Single set backfield. Back to pass. Across the middle. Got it to him on the run. And with that catch, he goes over 100 yards.
Well, this wide receiver is definitely having a solid game. He's getting his yards, but more importantly, he's moving the chains for first down.
It's 1st and 10, and this is the 7th play of the current drive. And this offense is having a difficult time doing anything at the line of scrimmage. Rolling out to the right side. He's right there for the interception. He's all alone. Down the sideline. To the 10. Touchdown, Oregon State. He didn't throw it away under pressure, and it really cost him.
It sure did. He saw that he was going to get hit and just threw one up to grab. Learned to take the sack.
and he hits the PAT. Over 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And the score, Oregon State 52, Arizona State 10. Number 13 is lined up to kick this one off. Here's the kick. Richardson fields it in the end zone. So if you're the offense here, what's your mindset right now?
Well, I think they're anxious to get back out on the field. Last time out, they drove right down the field, so they know they can move it.
But they cannot turn it over again in the same situation. That, my friends, would be a heartbreaker.
Arizona State comes out with 3 receivers bunch, and that one's fallen incomplete. Incomplete. And that wasn't the greatest pass in the world.
Well, I don't know how anybody can throw a great pass while getting drilled like that.
If he didn't hold on to the ball so long, Kirk, he wouldn't have got drilled like that.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20. One-man backfield. Shaw back to pass. Across the middle. And he dropped it. Dropped by the wideout.
Richardson, the intended receiver, on the play.
Third and 10. Ball on their own 20.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
6 DBs in the lineup. He drops back. Steps up, looking. He might not be able to get the pass off. Kirk, how many sacks do they have now?
And that gives them 5 for the game. This offensive line has got to do a better job of protecting their quarterback.
Fourth and long. Ball on the 14-yard line.
They line up to punt this one away. He punts it.
Number 28, back to return.
Oh, what a move. Number 28 fields it at the 44. Their last drive ended with a touchdown. Let's see what happens on this possession. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. 6 DBs in the lineup. Drops back to pass. Throws down the middle. Got it to his receiver. Tackle.
Way to look it in. Nice catch.
Sure was. He displayed some great hands there. Now we're looking at a first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 40. The Beavers come out in a bunch formation. Caldwell comes away with a sack. What do we have, Lee?
We have sack number 4 today. This defense came to play, and I love it.
Second down, 14 coming up here. Ball on the 44-yard line. They better block that linebacker. He is looking to make something happen. Back to pass.
Number 28, the intended receiver, on the play.
It's third down and 14 to go. Ball on the 44. The Beavers line up with 3 receivers bunched. He drops back, steps up in the pocket. He's looking, throws, and it's caught, and he's taken down. That's a 10-yard gain.
And a 10 on the play. 4th and 4. Ball on the 34-yard line.
Number 13 comes out to try a long field goal. This is going to test his power. The kick is up. It's got the distance. And it is good. This drive summary is brought to you by Pontiac. up and ready for the kickoff. He boots it deep downfield. Richardson fields it in the end zone. So the offense takes over, and the last time they had the ball, they had a tough time getting anything going. They'll go to work at the 20.
The State Sun Devils take over at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
The offense is doing everything they can just to call the plays, and right now, they're not having much luck at all. Shaw with a nice play fake. Batted ball. And that pass falls incomplete because it was deflected.
That's great defense right there, Brad. That's something the coaches always remind their players to do. Get a hand up in the face of the quarterback.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. The Devils come out showing 3 wide. Shaw off the fake. With the throw. Complete. They'll bring him down. So they get about 4 yards from play action.
Gain of 4 on the play.
It's 3rd down and 6 to go. Ball on the 24. Watch out for the man at wideout. He's feeling it right now. Shaw fakes a handoff. Looks. Here they come. And down he goes. That was the 6th sack of the ball game for this defense.
Let me say one thing. This defense is good. I mean, real good.
They sure are, Coach. They're blitzing, they're stunning, they're confusing this quarterback to death.
No surprise here as they prepare to punt it away. Number 37 gets it off. And this one's going to go out of bounds at the 49. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. They line up in a double tight set. Wants to throw outside. It's tipped. The pass was knocked down.
This defense is very aggressive, and they swarm to the football. They're always making plays to disrupt the passing game.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball right around midfield. Bunch formation. Drops back to pass. Looking. He steps up. Short toss. And they push him out. About 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Third and 6. Ball on the 43-yard line.
43-yard line.
One man backfield. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Fumble! Are they lucky or what? The quarterback very fortunate that one of his guys recovered the football.
Yeah, he's got to be more careful out there. Either tuck that thing away or just get down before contact.
I don't care what he does. Just don't fumble. That's all. Do whatever you have to do to protect that football.
Fourth and 11. Ball on the 48.
They line up to punt this one away. Number 35 boots it way up there. Ware signals for a fair catch. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Time once again for this offense to come back out and start another drive. They'll take over at the 20.
Will start the drive at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10.
Play action, short toss. And they couldn't hook up on that one. The quarterback had a tough time with a blitz on that one.
With this guy, you can't let him stand back there and have too much time to throw the ball. You've got to get a hand in his face.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. Arizona State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Shaw steps back to pass. Swings it out to his man on the screen. McCullough with a takedown. A yard, maybe two on the screen pass. Third and 8. Ball on their own 22. Oregon State lines up in a dime defense here. It's intercepted. And down he goes. Boy, the defense put the pressure on and forced the bad throw.
And you got that one right. Anytime a young kid sees one of those big guys looking to knock his head off, his brain is telling him one thing: just throw it.
Well, he did, Lee. He did throw it, but he's got to throw it away, not to the other team.
They'll get the ball here at the 19.
19-yard line.
They'll throw on first down. Oliver picks it off. And he's tackled. Looks like the quarterback was rattled by that pressure.
Now, let me tell you, the best ones will sit there and take a hit and make the throw. This kid's got to stand there if he wants those passes completed to his team, not the other.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 20.
20-yard line.
The Devils line up with three receivers bunched. Throws it to the outside. Poor decision to throw it into such tight coverage.
Receiver on the play.
Second and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
Two tight end set. Toss. He's out of bounds. The running back gives them 6 yards on the ground.
Gain of 6 on the play.
It's third down and 4 to go. Ball on the 26-yard line. As we go to the final quarter of play, this one is almost wrapped up. Our score here, Oregon State 55, Arizona State 10. Third and 4, ball on their own 26. And the secondary better be careful. This receiver wants to make a play. And they hit him in the backfield. The defense comes up with a good play to pull him down for a loss.
A nice call by the defensive coordinator. It's like he's in their huddle sometimes.
4th and 7. Ball on the 23-yard line.
They line up to punt this one away. Number 37 gets it off. Love fields it at the 35. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They'll set up shop at the 44-yard line. Moore comes to the line with 3 wide. Moore on first down. He's looking with the throw. Williams lays it on him. That pass play gets him roughly 3 yards. Second and 7. Ball on their own 47. Oregon State goes with the ace set here. And here's a quick throw. Breaks one. Look at the power. And he's taken down.
Good play call to pick up the first down. Now that's how you execute the screen pass.
Yep, the quarterback dumped it off, and everyone did a good job of blocking up front. Doesn't get much better than that.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Oregon State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Tries to juke, and down he goes. How about the job of this offensive line, guys?
Boy, the hog mollies up front are demoralizing the defense. It's tough when you're tired. You're losing. You're being dominated physically. I don't know how long they can keep this up.
Moore with 3 wide receivers. And they make the stop. Maybe a few, but that's it.
Gain of 2 on the play.
It's 2nd down and 8, and this is the 5th play of the current drive. 6 DBs in the lineup. He drops back. Throws short, and it's caught. Marshall brings him down.
I like the defense that was called. They just didn't make the play on the ball.
You're right. It wasn't necessarily bad defense. The offense just executed, and the result is a first down.
And we take a quick look at the stats from within the red zone, brought to you by Old Spice Red Zone, when performance matters the most. The Beavers come out in a bunch formation. Looks down the middle. Someone got a hand on it.
He tried to force that one in.
It should have been intercepted. He can't be thrown into coverage like that.
Single set backfield. And they try to set up a screen. Golden with a takedown. A couple of yards that time on the screen.
2 on the play.
The Beavers come out in the ace formation. Drops back to pass. Steps up, looking. End zone. He caught it. Touchdown. And they just continue to pour it on out there.
Tell you what, this has been a tremendous effort all game long. What a performance.
This is one team that's been extremely well prepared. These young men have played about as good a game as you could ask.
And he hits the PAT. So here's the Pontiac drive summary to recap what just happened. Oregon State to kick this one off. Here's the kick.
You guys remember what this offense did the last time they had the ball?
Did they have the ball before?
Exactly. It was 3 and out so fast they had to ask for slow-mo replay to recap it.
They'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. Shaw with 4 wide receivers. Wants to throw outside. It's deflected. Brought down.
Nice decision by the quarterback.
Not only was it good decision-making, but the offensive line protected just long enough for him to find his target.
And when you combine the two, it'll be a first down 9 out of 10 times.
First and 10. Ball on their own 43. The defense lines up with 6 DBs. He's looking. He's got to throw it in a hurry. Throws it out there. Peyton brings him down. Only 3 yards there on the throw. Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 46. The Sun Devils come out showing 3 wide. Shaw back to throw. And there's a fumble. Defense has it. It's the linebacker. Not much hope now. That fumble was not what they needed.
They're already losing big. Let's just hope they don't throw the towel in altogether.
And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here. Oregon State comes out with two tight ends. Halfback pass. It's deflected.
Well, the players love to run these types of plays because it's out of the ordinary of what they usually do on offense. So when they finally call the play, you have to execute it because you don't get many chances to do it again.
And I think they have the wrong guy throwing the football. But I guess that's why he's not the real quarterback.
The Beavers line up with four wideouts. Moore set to go to the air. He's a long one down the middle. Caught! Touchdown, Oregon State. They went for the home run, and the wideout came through with a big-time play.
Great call here by the offensive coordinator. He knew he had a chance to get the matchup that he wanted, and they exploited it for a touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. This drive summary is brought to you from our good friends at Pontiac. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He boots it deep downfield. Richardson fields it in the end zone. The last time they had the ball, they gave it away on the fumble.
The old ball coach was not too happy about that either. I'd hate to see that if it happens again.
They'll take over at the 20.
Take over at the 20-yard line. First and 10.
Arizona State lines up with three receivers. They're going to pitch it. He's going to try to throw. He's gobbled up in the backfield. They haven't done a whole lot on the ground today, and that could be why they're behind.
That's right, and they've been forced to go to the air and hasn't produced enough points.
He's going to be sacked for a loss. Under relentless pressure, the quarterback goes down for the sack.
Those guys on defense are just pinning their ears back right now and coming in as fast as they can.
Well, in that case, the offense needs to sneak in a screen pass to the halfback. Let him get behind the rest and then take off behind his blockers for 6.
Arizona State comes to the line, only one man in the backfield. Shaw drops back to pass. Looks, rolls right. Short toss. Complete. Has some daylight. Lawson with a takedown. He made the catch, and they're still going to be short.
Hey, if you would have gotten some yards on first and second down, you wouldn't have needed so many on third down.
Fourth and 30. Ball on the 27-yard line.
The Devils line up to punt. He gets it away. Love takes it at the 32.
Great passing was the key for the offense the last time they had the ball. They were able to pick apart the defense and get down the field for a touchdown.
So if I'm the coach, I'm telling my defensive linemen to get more pressure on that quarterback, please.
They'll go to work at the 46.
Take over at the 46-yard line. First and 10.
Jones, the ball carrier, and he's taken down. And they continue to pound it out on the ground.
Tick, tick, tick. Continue to milk that clock.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on the 48. Oregon State will line up in a jumbo set here. Flags are all over the place, and they'll blow it dead.
Offsides. On the defense. 5-yard penalty.
The defense lends them a hand with that penalty.
Gosh, giving up penalty yards is so frustrating, isn't it?
Second and 3. Ball right around midfield.
47-yard line.
Fullback handoff. London brings him down. And nice running by the fullback.
No question. What impresses me is the blocking up front, just man to man. They're able to create a lane there and get the first down.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 41.
41-yard line.
On the ground, the tailback. And down he goes. And not too much there on that run.
Not too much, but the key here is try to milk as much time as possible.
Second and 7 coming up here. Ball on the 38.
38-yard line.
Jones gets it on the inside. Got an opening. Peyton with a takedown. He's not your ordinary fullback. This guy can move.
You bet he can. I like this kid. He's a heck of a football player. They need to get him some more carries.
First and 10. This is the 5th play of this drive.
5-yard line.
Walker gets the call again. Brought down. And this blowout is finally over. Any final thoughts on this one, Coach?
I can't say enough about this performance. Oregon State played an excellent game out there, dominating on both sides of the ball. They got to feel pretty good after blowing out a team like this.
We here at EA Sports thank you for watching this game of NCAA Football 2006. The final count in this one, Oregon State 69, Arizona State 10. For Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler with our final goodbye. We'll